Well, listen, it's absurd. The whole concept that, we have to go after the guns to reduce crime is nonsense. Keep in mind, in New York City, back in the late 80s, early 90s, we had a murder rate of 2,200 per year. That's more than Atlanta, Chicago, LA, and Minneapolis combined today. We reduced that number by 65%. We reduced the major crime by 65, homicide by 70. In the murder rate in the black community, where the violent crime was the highest, we reduced the murder rate by almost 80%. We went after guns, yes, but we went after the bad guys. We had prosecutors that would prosecute them. We had a governor that would put the laws in place to make sure people were held accountable. And the mayor, Mayor Giuliani, sent cops out to do the job they had to do and supported them when they did it. That's what you need. That's what this is all about. And they have failed leadership in every one of these Democrat run cities where nobody gives a damn.
And Lieutenant, let me ask you this. Going after gun shop owners seems small ball to me. I mean, let's go after, as Commissioner Kerik said, let's go after the bad guys. Going after gun shop owners, you're going after the people who are trying to help keep communities safe. Am I wrong, sir?
No, you're not wrong at all. This effort by the Biden administration is, in the words of Bernie Kerik, absurd, and it truly, truly is. It is. It's simply a methodology that they're using to look at the shiny object over here. They are absolutely clueless when it comes to actually fighting this crime epidemic. And this isn't rocket science, Eric. It truly isn't. It's been done under the Giuliani administration with Bernie Kerik back in the 90s and 80s, and the formula exists. But you can't fight crime if you don't acknowledge its existence. This is gang-related crime. They won't even say the word gang any longer, and they have absolutely removed the teeth from law enforcement by their position.
You know, Bernie, I was in New York when you and Giuliani cleaned the place up, really, and you had the broken windows theory, where you fix broken windows and you clean it down to the T, you make it a cleaner, safer place, and the big stuff will follow: the murders, the rapes, the whatnot, the violent crimes would follow. It seems to be flipped right now. I'm thinking of video of California, Neiman Marcus store being robbed, where people are it's like a jailbreak full of stuff, retail stuff. Or another video out recently, I think in the last day or two, people are walking into stores and walking out. They're not even running anymore. They're stealing. As long as they stay below the $1,000 threshold of going to jail or not, they can keep walking in and out. It's the opposite of what worked with you and Giuliani.
But
am I wrong?
This is exactly what I'm talking about. You have a governor in California that put that law in place. I think it was Proposition 47 or something, that basically allows anybody to walk into a store and walk out with $950 worth of material, and the police are not going to charge them. That's insane. That's complete insanity. That's the problem we have today. The governors, the prosecutors, the mayors that are basically victimizing the thugs, villainizing the cops. And I just want to touch on this one other thing about Biden's statement about going after gun shops. Have you ever gone into a gun shop and had somebody behind the counter want to do something illegal, sell you some illegal gun so they can lose their license to sell? They can lose their federal firearms license. That's completely insane as well. No gun dealer wants to do anything wrong. In fact, they go out of their way to make sure that the person buying the gun is a law-abiding citizen, or else they lose their license. So the whole argument that Biden has is nonsense. It's all preposterous.